and gentlemen, welcome to Crandall University for today's basketball matchup featuring the visiting Mount Allison Mountaineers and your Crandall Chargers.
Call the Mountaineers.
At this time, we ask for everyone to please rise, if able, and remove your caps for the singing of the Canadian National Anthem by Crandall's very own Holly Weaver.
Good afternoon, basketball fans. Welcome to Moncton, New Brunswick, the Crandall Gymnasium. My name is Dave Tingley. Thanks for joining us today on ACAA TV for this matchup, two matchups this afternoon in the brand new, spanking new, beautiful Crandall Gymnasium between the Mount Allison Mounties and the Crandall Chargers. And I am going to have to put my old Mount A jersey away. Fans, those of you that know me know that I attended Mount A, and I'm a gigantic Mount A fan to this day. So I promise, Crandall fans, I'll be impartial. If you hear something in my voice, you make sure you message me at Hoops Tingley on Twitter or on Facebook, wherever you want, and tell me if I'm doing a good or bad job. But I'm excited for this. I love doing this work for ACC TV for the Chargers, and today I get a treat and to call my alma mater. And this is a big one this afternoon, fans. I mean, every game's a big one right now in the ACAA because of the organization of the rest of the season and the playoffs. Every game's big. You want for the Crandall Chargers with a 1-7 record coming in here against the Mounties, against the nationally ranked Mounties team. They need to start building and showing that they belong in this league. They think they do. Other teams, other coaches believe that they're better than their record. And if you're the Crandall Chargers, you want to start showing it. Okay, enough with the moral victories. You got to put some real victories on the board. And Crandall really thinks that they're capable of it. And the other coaches in the league know they're capable of it, including Ryan Chase of the Mount Allison Mounties. And we'll get to his squad in a little bit. But this is a big one. And if you're the Mounties, you're fighting for every win you can get so that when the playoff rolls around, every round as they go, it's not all hosted in one weekend tournament style. It's you win one, you advance. If you're the higher seed, the next game you host. So for teams like Mount A, they want to win as many games as they can because they want to host as many playoff games as possible, give themselves that advantage. In Crandall, they want some momentum heading into that structure so they can be that giant killer once they get there. And here we go, fans. Lots on the line today. And the jump goes to Crandall, and they wrestle it away. Drive baseline by Megan Galley, and that goes, and that's big for her, the leading scorer in the Crandall Chargers, coming off a 5-point outing last weekend against Stu, not her best, and she gets on the board early. Mount A running their stuff inside to Greater X for two inside. And forgive me, fans, for for a moment, it's going to be number 16 to number 5 as I learn a little bit more about the Mounties. That's Greater X inside for 2 after Abby Miller got Mount A on the board, and they're pressing, trying to hurry up these Crandall Charger guards, make them make some mistakes. In Crandall last week, lots of turnovers, 25 of them against Stu, combined with 29% shooting from the floor, made for a tough outing for them. 2 things they're going to want to work, and that's a nice backdoor pass, well defended inside by Tori Janes from the Mounties. Up top is Sophie Trailhand on the ball, nicely done inside. Abby Miller, though, the leading scorer for the Mounties, misses one. She's coming off a good game last weekend against SJ, and a well-run break there by Crandall, but they can't quite finish inside. Emily Briggs, the leading scorer the leader of this team, and a turnover there forced by Crandall the other way. And they turn it over right back. Briggs is able to gather, and she's fouled, but this is the scattershot manner of play that Crandall kind of played with last weekend. When they got into their stuff, they didn't turn it over. They got some good looks. They got some nice-looking back cuts. They ran some nice little set pieces for their leading scorers, but their shooting just let them down. And that is a nice sign for Emily Briggs. Drains a 3. She was just 4 for 13 against Stu last weekend. She wasn't the only one. It was an allergy going around the Crandall Chargers last weekend. A 3 right back from Lauren Furlong. She struggled last weekend against SJs. That's a nice sign if you're a Mount A fan. Crandall runs the break well. Another miss, though, inside from Emily Briggs this time. And it's going back to the Mounties. So quite the pace here early between the Mounties and the Chargers. It's a pace they're both comfortable with. They both like playing at. Both coaches say their offenses run smoother when they're playing with pace. And a nice deflection there by Emily Briggs, and coaches love to see that. It's not always about forcing the turnover. Coaches keep stats on deflections now, and that's a wide open 3 given up, and down it goes by Lauren Furlong. 2 for 2, 1 from each corner for the Mount A sharpshooter. Crandall breaks that press again. Inside goes Tori Ketch, but she misses. Rebounded by Maggie Greaterex. Up to Tori Janes. Nice no-look pass at the corner. Guess who? 3 for 3. Lauren Furlong, get out your umbrellas in the Crandall Gymnasium. It's raining jumpers in here. Briggs, again, Crandall breaks the press well. Haven't made the great decision when they got into the half court. Briggs is feeling it. Not a bad shot. She made one already and had one. She was stepping into that. Ketch does a nice job stealing the rebound from Abby Miller. Inside the ball goes to Sydney Balser. Wasn't really looking to score, was more looking to pass, and it was a good decision. Tori Ketch bangs one in from the perimeter. 13-7 now. Didn't even get to the scoreboard. All the action on the floor so far. Nice position carved out inside again by Abby Miller. She misses, but she follows it up. And Miller coming in here off a stellar game last weekend against UMBSJ. 19-8. Pretty typical of her season-long stat sheet. The leading scorer for the Mounties at over 16 a game. Not a stellar. Usually stellar from the line is Abby. Excuse me, Abby. 83%. So that's more like her. Drains the second. 14-7 lead now. The Mounties have doubled up the Chargers here early as the Chargers go to their bench. Samara Barr, who played pretty well last weekend in that game, that loss to Stu, came in and banged that body of hers around into people, rebounds, setting screens, rolled the hard to the hoop. Briggs with a nice step through and scoop. Little George Gervin, Emily Briggs' game there. Well done from her. Mount A, the nice skip pass, moving it around the perimeter. On the bounce with the left hand and almost finished there did Tori Janes, but Mount A collects that rebound. Active hands from Crandall. They're going to want to get up another 3. Short there, though, from the perimeter that time for Furlong. And a little air ball from the Crandall fans here in the gym. Kylie Balser into the game also for Crandall. She tries her luck. No luck there in the paint. Skip back out. Then worked all the way back around to Galley. She's going to try her luck inside. Bank shot, no good. Missed box outs, though, from Mount A. And good hustle from Crandall, and they're going to maintain possession. Some nice work there from Galley. Missed a shot, but didn't give up. Followed it. So today's going to be 14-9 now the score. 5:28 remaining in the first quarter. This will be a matter of whether the big guns for Crandall today can show up. Last weekend was not pretty for the 4 leading scorers for Crandall. All struggled, and they're struggling early here again. More turnovers. Oh, and a good look there. Nice 1-2 inside to Jillian Mumford on the floor for Mount Allison. Mount A is going to check the ball in. Swung out to the top. Nice position carved out in there by Mumford. And that's where you can see a Mount A advantage with Mumford and Miller. Good size, and they use it well, carving out space in there. And those Crandall big kids are going to have to be on their game today and use their fouls wisely. Mumford on the miss. She's 54% from the line on the year so far. She's short on the second one. Barr with the box out and rips it away. Briggs up the floor. Good catch there by Balser. Not an easy one. Catch back out to Balser. Sydney hands off to Briggs, and she's going to pop a wide open 3 way long. And the ball comes out. Sophie Trail. She's going to go to and that's going to be a charge. Well done there from Briggs. You love that about her, no matter what her stat line on the offensive end of the floor is, whether the shots are going in or not, she's going to stick her nose in defensively. And Trail had her head up, but barged into runaway. Maybe thought she wasn't set. And a handoff to Briggs here. And Mount A's taking that press off. Crandall's beating it pretty easily. Turned it over a lot, though, in the half court once they've beaten it. Let's see if they can get a good shot. And a nice little curling half hook from Ketch goes down. She's already over her season average on the afternoon in the scoring department. Coming in averaging under 4, and she's got 4 early. Mount A now. Feasby on the drive and misses a 3. And a good rebound there from Alexa Rancourt. She also struggled last weekend. Did Rancourt 3 for 12 against Stu. She's an important member of this Crandall squad. She's got to score the ball a little more this afternoon. Nice cut inside by Ketch. She's going to try her luck again. Misses this time. Nice crash from Balser. Panicked a little, threw it up, and then dropped it out of bounds. She had more time than she thought, I think. Felt the footsteps of Mumford there, maybe behind her, but rushed that bank shot a little. And Crandall, despite everything, turnovers again, getting a little bit outmatched inside, is within 3. Playing scrappy. Stay in the game when you're not playing well is the key, and they're doing that, and they're getting stops here now. Rebound from Rancourt up to Briggs. Guarded by Hillary Shea on the floor now for Mount A. And back to Briggs. She's looking inside to Rancourt. Turn around. Short, but a nice rebound on the other opposite side by Balser. And that, Mumford rips it away and goes. Mount A's on the run. They find a wide open 3. She passes it up. Does Feasby, gets in the lane, and she's going to the line for 2. Well done by Feasby. Had an open 3, but knew she had somebody running at her. Wasn't a solid closeout, and she attacked it. She's going to the line for 2 more. And more subs in for Mount A. Caitlin Samard into the game. Maggie Greatorex comes back in. Megan Philbrick in for the first time. Philbrick had a good game against UMBSJ last weekend. 9 points off the bench in only 14 minutes for her. And 1 for 2 at the line, but there's Mumford with the rebound and back up, and she's blocked. And here comes Crandall, down 4, 3:02, clock running first quarter. And Rancourt throws up a wild left-hander, and it's run down there in the corner by Thiesby. And call play there by Mount A. Mumford swings the ball around, attacking the glass there. It was Maggie Greatorex, but she turned it over. Crandall again with a good job getting some fingertips and some hands on some Mount A passes. Mount A started quick, and they've run into some problems here lately with Crandall's D. And Crandall, I was going to say that was to pull within 1. Good hustle there from both Rancourt and Ketch. And they save a possession for the Chargers. It's really the grit and the hustle that's working for the Chargers here, but they get up at 3 late in the clock from Megan Galley. Knocks down a 3, and the leading scorer for Crandall has come to play today. Already matched her total from last weekend against Stu with 5 points here early. And that's a big one against the clock. Mumford puts the ball on the floor and drives, and 2 in the lane on the floater. Nicely done from the Mount A big, showing some skills there. A tough pass to handle there by Crandall. Rancourt manages to handle it, gets it up to Balser here at the top. Kylie, she's going to drive and spin, but spins right into Mumford. Great block inside by Mumford. She did a great job in her minutes in there for Abby Miller. And the Mount A leading scorer returns back to the floor, but Mumford was terrific her time on the floor. Mount A going back to that high screen. Greatorex running it with Miller, and she just drops hard into the lane and carves out space. And she is a handful. Love what Barr did there, though. Barr didn't back down, pushed back. Pushed her out of that lane. You don't mind that foul if you're Crandall head coach. Jill Smith. Nice inbounds play. Greatorex just not there. She spins again, tries to split traffic, and turns it over. Barr takes it away. Not a great decision there by Greatorex. Had what she wanted, but just didn't make the right decision. Handoff there, and Haley Briggs now on the floor for Crandall. It's knocked out of bounds and stays with the Chargers. Isabella Jones into the game for Mount A, and lots of bodies getting playing time here in the first quarter from both sides. Not a shallow bench either way so far. And Rancourt on the drive. Nicely done by her, and the crossover beat Miller at the foul line. And she's going to go to the line for 2. Nicely done there from Alexa Rancourt. Back in the game is Tori Janes now for the Mounties. As the first one rattles home for Alexa Rancourt. She's only a 54% shooter from the line, so that'll be give her some confidence for this second one. Oh, back rims it, but missed box out, and Sydney Balser hauled it in. Rancourt back to Balser. Up to Ketch. He's had a good first quarter. He's going to try another running hook. Not there, but Rancourt, as she falls to the floor, banks in that left-hander. And Crandall has tied up the score here. The nationally ranked Mountie for the second week in a row, a nationally ranked team in the gym, and Crandall showing out today. Mount A falling up, plenty of shots, plenty of opportunities on the offensive glass, but all of them hit the rubber on the bottom of the backboard. None of them got up to the rim. A lot of girls just rushing their shots here early when they got time in the lane. Tough pass there and getting on the floor. 2 Mounties and a Charger. It's going to stay with Crandall. Pardon me, 14.3 on the clock. First quarter here. Quick moving first quarter. We're already almost done here. And that's a tough running left-hander, but Crandall sending everybody to the glass, and Balser back out to Rancourt. Long 2, but it goes at the end of the first quarter, and after a rough start, Crandall ends that quarter on a 12-3 run to seize the lead. 19-7 Chargers here as we go to our first 2-minute break. And thanks for joining us, fans. If you missed the start, I'm Dave Tingley, calling the games for the Crandall Chargers here the rest of the year, and happy to do it. And the fans are spilling in a little bit now. We had first early Saturday afternoon, but people were slow to get themselves out of bed this morning here, and the fans trickled in a little bit after the opening buzzer. But the Crandall side of the gym here has a pretty decent-sized crowd here now, and the Mount A guys wait for their turn at 3 o'clock here after this game. And coming into this one, I talked about off the top how this is big for both teams, and Crandall eager to show that their 1-7 record here is not indicative of. And I talked about last week how Coach Fred Connors of the nationally ranked Stu team came in here and won a game, and he was nervous in his matchup, saying they were, that's a cliche. Sometimes you're better than your record, but he said unequivocally that they were. And you heard the same stuff from the Mount A side this week. Ryan Chase expressed similar concerns about his team coming in here, because not about his team, but about the Crandall Chargers knowing the strength of that squad on the other side of the floor. And Mount A comes in winners of 3 in a row to get their record to 5-3, and it is a chase on for the top 5 spots. And let's see, we talked about how important these games are, and for the Mounties, it's very, very important. 5-3, tied with Holland, 3rd place in the league, 1 game ahead of King's College, and 1 game behind Stu, with the Mount St. Vincent Mystics sitting on top of the league at 7-1. And UMBSJ still winless at the bottom of the standings, rounding out the whole standings. So these are huge games for the Mounties. Every game they win means they're more likely to host more playoff games. Sophie Trail running the show up top for the Mounties. Over to Greater X, back inside. Another nice job carving out position by Abby Miller, but a good job inside by Galley. The Crandall's doing a good job at least fighting for that spot, creating deflections. Oh, but nice play run. Beauty inside to Abby Miller, and then that little Euro step finish with the left. Gorgeous stuff out of the out-of-bounds play, and Mount A now here running a little bit of a different defense. Little trap out top. Crandall again beats it inside for an easy one, and didn't need the dribble, I don't think, there did Balser. Gave time for Miller to come over there and challenge. And, pretty inside there from Trail. Gives her teammate a wide open 3, a miss, but Greater X on the glass. And Mount A's started this second quarter with some energy, and they go up 2, 21-19, 9-10 clock running second quarter. Mount A trying to create some havoc off the top. Crandall did a good job there again, but when they get to the half court, they've struggled a little bit, but a wide open 3 from Briggs. It's long. Balser on the glass. Back up to catch for an open jumper at the foul line, but it's long and collected by Mount A. And Trail now pushes it up the floor to Tori Janes. Long on the 3, but well rebounded over there on the floor from Abby Miller. Pardon me, excuse me, not Abby Miller. It's Isabella Jones over there collecting the weak side glass, getting on the ground. Stays with the Mounties. Tori Janes. That is long from Greater X. And rebounded by Briggs. Up to Balser. the Kylie kind. And that's going to just a little bit careless there from Crandall, and she knew it as soon as she released that pass, I think, to Kylie Balser. She'd have held it for another step. That would have been fine, and she checks out. Sarah McCormick in now for the Chargers. The Chargers are doing a real good job here defensively since the first few minutes, and just as I say that, dancing through the D goes Tori Janes. And I was going to say they've done a good job defensively since the first few minutes, other than closing possessions with the glass, but that was, they just got walked through there. And that's a tough shot and a great rebound there by Maggie Greatorex coming in weak side. And that was a tough pass by Isabella Jones, but that's what you love about having somebody like Abby Miller on your side. Great hands, able to collect on a tough pass. That's kind of like a quarterback throwing up a Hail Mary for his very skilled and very big wide receiver, knowing he's going to be the one that catches it. A wild bank shot there by Sydney Balser. Questionable one with 15 on the clock. Another wild one there from the perimeter from McCormick. So Crandall needs to breathe a little bit. They're rushing their shots, and they don't need to. And collected in the corner by Miller. She's going to try a three, and it's long. And again on the weak side glass. Isabella Jones doing work over there. Back inside to Miller, and she's going back to the line for two more. So Crandall seems a little bit panicked in their half court. And this is kind of what got them into trouble last week, and Jill Smith's going to call a timeout, and it's a good one for her. Chargers haven't scored in this quarter. 8-0 run here for Mount A to start the second. And just some ghosts of last weekend sneaking in here for Crandall. Rushing their shots. They got layups, they got threes. They're, not coming close, and that's not indicative of unskilled offensive players right now. Crandall's got some players that can score, but they are just rushing stuff. And it is, and it's the presence of and the activity of Mount A on the defensive end that accounts for the bulk of that. So Mount A doing a good job here in the second quarter, and they got lots to play for here. So talked to Coach Ryan Chase this week, and he says they've got a super young roster with. They only had, coming into this season, 5 players on their roster that had previous ACAA game experience, which is a tough place to start from, but love the young core that they had, and thought that it would all depend on how fast they got everybody up to speed, but they knew that they'd be competitive. But their 3 losses are by combined 12 points, and he likes where they're they likes where they're at from a progression standpoint with the young roster, and he's really excited about the second half of the year. And if this second quarter is any indication, they're going to be a handful. So pretty high scoring game here. Pretty good pace that this game's being played at. Crandall's done good work to get themselves back into the game, but then they've started the second quarter like they started the first. And now Mount A is returning to that press, but Crandall again beats it pretty easy. They got to make a good decision here now, and they do. Until there, and it's stolen away by Trail, and what a good look in there inside. And Kira Dick had a lay-in, and she decided to pass it out. She heard some footsteps, and she's got to take that up. And another tough turnover, but Briggs gets it right back from Abby Miller, and they got a little bit of a 3-on-2 situation developing. Mount A, though, catches back up. Nice defensive transition from them. And Miller and Shea get back and force that tie-up. It's going to stay with the Chargers as they make some changes now. Down 8, 6:42, second quarter. Let's see where the offense can come from for Crandall here. With Briggs out. Nice back door. Oh, and a beautiful design play there from Crandall. And that got an easy lay-in there for Samara Barr. She had a good game last weekend against Stu and has been effective off the bench so far in this game. But nicely done there, and a beautiful play inside for Sophie Trail. Just can't finish there for Mount A. And now they're back within 6, and referees are letting them play right in front of our camera here. It was thrown to the ground was Megan Galley, and she was smiling as she was on the floor getting back up, going a little bit of disbelief. Rancourt with a beautiful look inside. Backdoor cut from Sydney Balser brings the Chargers back within 4. Game of runs here in the Crandall gym here in this Saturday afternoon matchup. Oh, and a nice 1-2 there again from Trail. Does nothing there. Up at the top for 3 now, and it's short. Mount A made some early. Haven't made any lately. Greater X off on that one. They had 3 big threes early from Lauren Furlong, and there hasn't been much from the three-point line since for Mount A. It's dried up. And another throwing a bunch of different defenses at Crandall is Coach Ryan Chase. Lots of work being done up there up top by Hannah Hawks, the top of that zone. And good, well done there by Mount A. Furlong didn't have that rebound, and she tapped it to Sophie Trail, who went coast to coast and knocked in the left-handed J from the foul line. Balser to Galley, to Balser 2. That's the other Balser, and a long way off there from 3 was Alexa Rancourt. Mount A down the floor. Nicely done running the lane there was Jillian Mumford, just wasn't able to finish. Good execution from Mount A, just didn't have the end of the story finish there. And a 3 there from Megan Galley, the second of her afternoon. And she had a hand on her face on that one, didn't care, knocked it in anyway. Back within 3 of the Chargers, and well done there by Sophie Trail, getting to the glass and finishing. She can handle that ball. A nice play there from Hawks, who lays it in. And timeout again for Crandall. The turnover bug sneaking back in. And Mount A stretching that lead back out. 31-26 here now as we go to break. So fans, join us stick around, won't you, for our second game here as the Mount A boys and the Crandall boys will get into it, and that is always a fun one in the ACAA. Quite a rivalry really been brewing here on the boys' side, girls' side too, but the boys' side really there's been some animosities, some chippy games, and yeah, I think you're going to see a barn burner this afternoon. So stick around, fans, and watch a great matchup with 2 really top coaches. And you got to hand it to this. What's great about this league is not only the talent that's being attracted on the boys and girls side, but the coaching talent that's being attracted. This matchup, I mean, Ryan Chase is a real up-and-coming coach, local coach in the scene here, and Jill Smith has really, from all accounts, from everybody you talk to, really gotten this program into a place where it's a program on the girls' side, really set up for sustained kind of success, sustained quality on the girls' side here. She's done a terrific job in her 3 years since taking over. And on the guys' side, Coach Steve Chapman, we'll never hear a word, my old Mount A coach, and look at that. Another turnover out of the timeout. Just a coach's nightmare. And a Hawks causing problems on the top of that press. And they managed to keep it in, did Emily Briggs. Well done from her. But another turnover. And back the other way comes Tori Jane, sits it up. It's a Furlong. Finds its way into, and look at that backdoor feed from Jillian Mumford, but just a miss there from Furlong. But again, good execution from Mount A. Just good belly-up defense in the lane, though, from Crandall. Ooh, that was well done by Balser to set up a wide-open 3 for her sister, but long. And back to Mount A. 33-26 lead for the Mounties. 3:28 clock running first half, and a very quick moving first half. Entertaining one, too. And that's going to be a charge. Another one taken by Emily Briggs. That's 2. I don't know about that one. That's probably a no call if I'm the referee. But, hey, she stepped in. She took contact. She went down. She earned it. Almost another turnover. Those long passes are not going to be successful against this Mountie squad. But it made it this time. Balser carves out some space and makes a nice pass inside to her sister. Kylie to Sydney, but just not quite the finish again for the Chargers. Feasby now back in the game for the Mounties, running things up top. James uses that screen from Mumford, pardon me. And that's another missed 3 from Furlong. She started 3 for 3 and has missed her last 2. Mounties have missed a bunch of 3s since the opening minutes. It's really keeping Crandall in the game. But another turnover. 25 of them last weekend against the St. Thomas Tommies, and I'll be surprised if they haven't have that in the first half today when we get our halftime stats. When Crandall can keep hold of the ball, they make good stuff happen, but too many turnovers. And today it's more, like, it was a little bit over dribbling against Stu, I felt like last weekend. Today it seems like just some wild passes and the changes in defense and the run and jump and the efforts to hurry Crandall up have really made it tough on the Chargers. And I think Mount A is questioning either a foul count or a score count here. I had the feeling going to a timeout that the score wasn't correct, and maybe that is the case. And Coach Ryan chases. I think that's what it is. I think they're concerned about the score, but doesn't seem to be a change made. 33-26 Mounties. Yes, there it is, 35-26 Mounties. All right, so 9-point game. Crandall using that screen up top is Greatorex, and she finds the big girl in there, Mumford, but she didn't need that spin, did Mumford? She just gone up, found herself she spun her way into a tough spot and missed, but she went in there and put 2 hands on the ball and earned another possession for the Mounties, and they call timeout. Going to talk about some things, try to finish this first half on a positive note, and we talk about it all the time on these broadcasts, the end of halves and end of quarters being so key, and this is why. You get into a 9-point, you get into a double-digit deficit going to halftime against the Mounties if you're the Crandall Chargers, and that's going to be a tough road to climb back in the second half. They really got to win these last couple minutes. If I'm the Chargers, I'm really getting to that space of just win this mental space of just win these last 2 minutes. And let's go into the half with some momentum. And as this crowd builds here, as more people sneak in, you got to get the crowd back in it. The Chargers fans on the Chargers side have been kind of quiet for a while. Nothing really to get them going. Beat that press. They're beating that initial. When they beat that initial press of Mount A, which they did a great job of in the first quarter and have not done as successful a job in the second, but when they do, they got to realize when they got numbers and take advantage of it. And they got to realize when they don't have numbers and the defense is bearing down on them from behind and how to make a good decision out of that. Mount A gets a wide open 3 for Furlong off that out of bounds, and she's just long, but more weak side rebounds. This time it's Greatorex creating another one. Swung all the way to the corner and on the attack now, and a nice kick pass to Furlong. And it was Trail going inside and got the ball knocked away. 2-on-1 now for Crandall. They make the right choice there, but a block by Greatorex. And we're going back the other way for Mount A. Furlong tried the pass and got there somehow inside to Greatorex. And she finished off the glass, and now it is that double-digit lead for Mount A. And we're under the 2-minute mark of the first half. Briggs doesn't try the 3. Balser now. Kylie up top to Briggs. Swings it all the way to the corner. And a nice dance on the baseline there from Megan Galley, and she's had herself a first half, keeping her team in it. 10 points now, but for Galley. Couple threes in her first half have really kept them in it. Really good swing there all the way to the corner for Mount A, and they finally get another one to go. It's Caitlin Samard, wide open, banging it in. And Crandall breaks the press this time now. Let's see them make a good decision here in the half court. They do. Oh, just long there from Briggs, but a rebound inside from Alexa Rancourt. Well done from her, coming in crashing weak side. She's got a chance to pull this game back to a 10-point lead. Mount A. More subs. They've played a lot of people here in the first half of Mount A. I'm trying to take a look here. I don't see many names on the Mount A side that I haven't said this first half. So Coach Ryan Chase going all the way to the bottom of that bench. Loves his depth. Only 1 for 2 at the line, but she steals it away, does Rancourt, but misses that lefty as she falls to the floor, but creates another opportunity for Crandall. Big possession here from them to end this half. See if they can find the bottom. Nice drive there from Balser. Follows it up. And another possession now as catch hands off to Emily Briggs. They got 6 now. Beautiful backdoor look, just out of reach of Kylie Balser. Smart play, the right play. Just not finishing, and that's been the story of these last 2 games from Crandall. When they take care of the ball and they run their stuff, they get good looks, and they just haven't had that finishing touch. 17 on the clock and 25 now on the game clock for Mount A. And more good hands from Crandall, and it's turned over by Mount A. And they're going to have a chance at the last shot here to trim this down to a single-digit lead going to halftime. Briggs is going to wait on that screen from Ketch. Now she's going to use it. Looked pretty illegal after the end, but it wasn't called, and Mount A is going to have to get a shot up here late. They don't, but they called a foul. And that is a tough one if you're a Chargers fan. My goodness. They're calling for 2 shots with no time on the clock. And you can argue about the validity of the call all you want, but if you're a Charger defender, just get your hands out of there. And Maggie Greatorex got 1 shot, no time left to push this to a 12-point lead at the half, and she does. So 12-point lead as we go to break here, and the Crandall Gym fans come back and see after the break, can the Chargers put a run on here and put a scare into the 5-3 Mounties? We'll see after the break. Come join us back here in 15.
Welcome to Crandall University. Crandall is a Christian liberal arts university located on 200 acres of land in Moncton, New Brunswick, central to Atlantic Canada.
We're a part of the admissions team here at Crandall, and we're so happy to have you. Let's head inside. Right inside the main entrance of Stultz Hall is the Welcome Center, where the admissions team is located. For now, we're going to pass you off to Riley and Rebecca, who are going to lead you on your tour.
After your tour, we'd love to chat, get to know you, and answer any questions you may have. Feel free to reach out to us anytime.
SH177 is one of our larger lecture halls. While it seats 150, our average class size is 19 and we max our sizes at 75. It has comfortable chairs, charging stations, and this is where you'll have a lot of your first year classes. Our small class sizes make it an awesome opportunity to have discussion in class with your professor as well as with the other students around you. Here at Crandall, you're more than just a number. With our student to faculty ratio of 13:1, you really have that one-on-one personal touch with your professors, and they care about each of the students and want to find ways to mentor them and help them reach their goals.
Student Services is our one-stop shop here at Crandall. If you have any doubts, this is the place to be. Here you can set up appointments with the finance, registrar, and student life staff. So if you have any questions, come visit. There are many services here at Crandall to help you succeed. One is the Student Success and Writing Center. Here you can find rentable laptops and tutoring sessions, as well as some study tools. We have a computer lab and IT support for any of your technology needs. We have an on-campus counselor here who offers subsidized counseling if you are ever in need. And of course, we have our student life staff who put in hard work to make sure you have the best possible university experience.
On top of the academic services offered here on campus, there are also many other ways to get involved which will enrich your Crandall experience. For example, the Student Center is a great central location where you can take a break, hang out with your friends, and just play some games.
Yeah, and there's something for everybody here, from theater productions to outdoor adventure trips.
To even the many banquets and events that the Crandall Student Association plans here on campus.
And we have so many opportunities to volunteer in our community as well.
We're now in the commons of Stultz Hall, which was built in 2011. Here you'll find Corey's Cafe, which is a great spot to hang out with friends in between classes and grab a coffee or a snack, or even to sit down and have a full meal. Down the hall you'll find the bookstore, which is a great spot to get your Crandall gear as well as all of the books that you'll need for any of your courses. The Commons are a great place to study and hang out with your friends, but we also have a lot of other places designated for studying. We have study rooms that can be booked out at the Student Services. We have a reading room as well as the library, which has all of the sources that you'll need for any of your papers as well as more study rooms which can be booked. We also offer free lockers for any of our students, which is a great resource for all of our off-campus students.
At Crandall University, we offer a large array of competitive undergraduate programs in arts, business, science, and education.
We also offer many professional and graduate programs in education and management for international and domestic students.
And when you graduate from here, not only will you be prepared for your career, but you will also have gone through some transformational growth that will propel you forward in your life so that you can make a larger impact on the world.
Welcome to the Great Hall, which is located in our second academic building, Murray Hall. When entering this space, you can see the flags that hang from the ceiling that represent the home countries of each one of our students from across the world. Through the Great Hall, you'll find our cafeteria, which offers 3 meals a day. Each meal includes a daily special, a salad and sandwich bar, as well as a short order station. Across the way, you'll find Britton Auditorium, which is a large gathering space used for holding plays and concerts, as well as our chapel services, which are offered twice a week. In addition to this, we also offer mentoring groups which meet once a week to foster community and spiritual growth within the school.
At the bottom of Murray Hall, you'll find our athletic facilities, which includes our court, our locker rooms, and the fitness center. Athletics are an integral part of life here at Crandall. The Crandall Chargers compete in the ACAA and are known for their passion, determination, and sportsmanship. Nearly 20% of our students here are involved in athletics, and that means they get to train with an Olympic-certified nutritionist, strength and conditioning coaches, and massage and physiotherapists who assist them year-round with both sport-specific training and performance.
Across from Kroll Field is our 2 residence buildings, Mitten Court and Colburn House. Colburn House has a pod-style setting, which means that you would share a living space with 3 other rooms. Each wing also has a laundry room and a lounge area. The lounge areas have a TV, a sink, a mini fridge, and a microwave. The building also has 2 common lounge areas, one with a full kitchen as well as a study room. Resident assistants also live on each wing and are there to offer community and support for the students.
Mitten Court is home to our fully furnished apartments. There are options of 2, 3, or 4 bedrooms and 2 to 3 bathrooms. Along with being fully furnished, they include all appliances and even in-floor heating. Both buildings are keycard access only and are a short walk to the academic buildings. They both also have free laundry and parking, and there's tons of storage.
Thank you for joining us on our tour of Crandall University.
We look forward to seeing you next time in person.
Welcome back, fans, to second half action here in the ACAA on this beautiful Saturday afternoon in Moncton, and we are inside the Crandall Gymnasium for Game 1 of the Mount Allison Mounties Crandall Chargers doubleheader. It's halftime here for the girls' game, and the Mount Allison Mounties hold a 41-29 lead. And when you look at the stats from the first half, a couple things really stick out. The Mount Allison Mounties shooting about 42% from the floor, which is about their normal. But they made 4 threes, and Crandall shot 29% from the field. Yeah, that's really the story. When you look at the shooting for Crandall, it's 29%. They were under 30 as well against Stu, and against good teams that can score the ball like Stu and the Mounties, you're just not going to be in the game. So they need some shot makers to make some shots. Name Emily Briggs, 1 for 7 in the first half, only with the 3, 4 turnovers, not like her at all. Was terrific defensively as normal, but she's really got to be more effective on the offensive end of the floor for her Chargers. And here we go for the second half. Balser skips to the corner, and that was the star of the first half for Crandall with 10 points there, Megan Galley, but she's long on that jumper. And those shots have got to go in this second half. And Crandall comes out on his own. Skip pass, 1-2 for Mount A. And a good look out top for Sophie Trail, but it didn't go. And one and done for the Mounties. And that's got to be the story of the second half for Crandall as well. And you can't make that pass if you're the Chargers. And another turnover. And back the other way went Tori Janes, read it like a book, coast to coast, and she's going to the line for 2. And those cross-court passes that hang in the air, those have been picked off on more than one occasion by the Mount A player on the weak side, keeping their eyes open. And if you're a Crandall Charger, you just can't make the pass. You can fake the pass. You can't make it. Maybe if you fake a pass the other way first, maybe get that side of the zone moving or that side of the defense moving, maybe. And even then, you got to put some zip on it. Briggs out top. Mount A trying to make things tough in the half court for Crandall. And they're doing a good job of it so far. It's going to be no, not there. If I thought Galley was going to go up maybe with that 3. They only got inside of a second. They got it up. Almost in, but rebounded by Maggie Greatorex, and she comes the other way, and she finds the right person. But a miss there on the left hand by Abby Miller, and a good job by Sydney Balser sliding under her and bothering her. Abby Miller with a strong first half for the Mounties. 7 points, 3 boards for her, and her impact goes beyond those stats. The way she carved out space and created opportunities and openings for the Mounties. Sydney Balser with a block and foul, and it's been a really cleanly played half as far as whistles go. Not from the turnover side of things if you're Crandall. 8-7 were the turnovers on paper in the first half. I would say that's probably gifting Crandall some numbers there a little bit. I think there was a lot more than 8. But nice offense run there by Mount A, and Lauren Furlong along with 3. She made 3 early ones. Hasn't found the bottom since. But for her to be effective, she's got to keep shooting. Crandall getting the ball in the paint and back out. That works well, and right back to it. Really nice job there. Balser with the pass inside to Rancourt. And Rancourt's going to the line for 2. And she was the other star of the first half, was Rancourt for Crandall. She's already got herself in position for a double-double. 8 points, 9 boards in the first half for Rancourt. And she gets herself a start to the second half. Knocks it in. So 42-30 now, exactly 8 minutes left. Not sure what Coach Ryan Chase is asking about, but he's heating up, and he almost got himself a tee there. I love the way Danny Patterson handled it, though. We got some good referees today, and he handled that real well. Said, you got 1 chance, you got 2 chances. He gave him 3 chances to get out of that, get back in his coaching box, and he finally did. And Greatorex on the feed from Furlong. Nice break there from Mount A. And they go back up by 14. You love to see that out of referees. T should be the last option unless the coach is really asking for it. And well defended there from Mount A. Boy, that was a tough collision, though. Sydney Balser did not see it coming. Abby Miller did not mean to inflict the pain on Sydney Balser, but she did. That was a tough one. And she's shaking up. Asking for help up, though. Cleaning out the cobwebs. She might have to go to the bench, though, and collect herself. You don't take a shot from Abby Miller and get up quickly. Abby plays with a lot of energy and physicality, and she delivered a blow there. It was all in the flow of the game, but Sydney Balser turned around and ran square into Abby Miller, just going to the glass, trying to help out her team. So she had to sub out, and 2 subs in. Samara Barr in as the jumper goes up from the top of the key from Trail, and she's been a little bit off today, running the show real well. Only 1 turnover on the game for the point guard, and you can't ask for much more than that. Run down in the corner there. Well done by Megan Galley. Run down in the corner there from her. Put the ball on the floor, got her body into Abby Miller. And with the physicality she plays with, she delivered another blow and sends Megan Galley to the line. So Galley, the offensive story so far for Crandall, 12 points. Going to the line for 2 more. And these free throws are going to be key. Only got to the line 3 times in the first half, did Crandall. Already to the line more than that in this quarter. So that's a good story for if you're the Crandall Chargers, but that can't happen defensively. And a nifty ball handling trick there from Sophie Trail, gets into the middle of the key and lays it in for 2, and it's back to 14, just like that. Oh, and the C's opened up for Balser, but well read there by Furlong, who's going to go the other way. And I'm not sure of the call. I have no idea what the call was. It looks like it's an offensive foul. I don't even know what the call is. I can't analyze that, folks, because I have no idea even what the call could have been. The foul is somehow on Mount A's number 6. And if someone can go back and someone's got an ability to go back and watch that and message me on Twitter or anywhere else and explain to me what the heck that was, I would love to know. So apparently number 6 for Mount A, and she just got another one, did Hannah Hawks. At a loss. Fans at a loss. Not normally am I stuck for words. I usually got all the words, too many words, but I don't have any for that one. So anyway, Crandall gets themselves a break. Let's see if they take advantage of it. And Mount A fouls are piling up in the quarter a little bit. Let's see if Crandall can take advantage of that and get to the line a little bit more in this half. And they're going to have to force up a 3 against the clock. It's missed, but it's offensive rebounds again. DeRoche in there, sticking her nose in her first minute on the floor. Tristan DeRoche, but tied up and back to Mount A. Trail goes to work, up to Greater X, back to Trail. She's going to pop a 3. She hasn't been on from there, but Greater X, another defensive or offensive board. Mount A moving that ball real well. And they find the right person finally. Abby Miller, all day should go to her. I'm not sure why a possession goes by where she doesn't touch it at least once. So effective in there. So many good things happen. Coach Ryan Chase, I don't blame him. He is animated. A couple of these calls have been, we really haven't noticed. It's a good thing when you don't notice the whistle very often. There's been a couple in this game that we've noticed. Not very many. They've kept their whistle in their pocket pretty good, and they've done a pretty good job, these refs. So I don't want to put too much emphasis on one call. I just don't know where that foul on the Mount A lay-in came from. But I've marked the timestamp. I'm going to go back and check after this game. I'll be interested. 1 for 2 at the line is Abby Miller. And the lead is now 15 for Mount A. They haven't pushed it out from here. Crandall, if they can make a run, it's not that they're not exactly letting Mount A score at will here. So if they can get a run going, that's a nice look inside for Rancourt. She forced it back to the left hand, though, and all kinds of hands in there for Megan Galley. Didn't quite get it up, and that's going to be a travel. Yep, she went for the Euro step, but it was one step too many for Hannah Hawks. But I love the speed and the determination that Hawks plays with. She's always in there on the run and jump, trying to bother, be a pest defensively, and she's done a good job of that in this game so far. Another offensive rebound. Megan Galley this time, but again, Mount A clamps down and creates a jump ball. So many times Crandall's had shots available, rebounds available, and Mount A's tied them up and forced them to run more offense. And they've only got 6 on the clock. Does Crandall. They run a good out of bounds play and get a 3. It's long, but there it is again. Tori Ketch crashing this time, almost creating a new possession, but Katie Feasby was in there for Mount A and did a good job digging and earned the possession for Mount A. And here we go, Mount A up 15, 5-12, clock running, third quarter. Mount A looking to go to 6-3 in the league and solidify their position in a fight, which is a 5-way fight now at the top of the ACAA girls standings. Quality teams all the way from Kings at 4-4 in 5th place all the way up to the top, Mount St. Vincent Mystics. Greater X, oh boy, happy feet in the corner. She had something baseline, her eyes lit up and her feet moved before her brain. Don't know what that feeling's like at all, he said sarcastically. Inside, the ball went again to a little bit of over dribbling there from Ketch. Tries to turn around. More offensive rebounds. Greater X in there fighting for it with, and that's a good call. That's a good call. Galley went to make a pass, and it kind of held it up, and then had to leave it, and then touched it again the second time. Back to Mount A. Trail looks to penetrate. Nice handoff. And a good-looking 3 there from Feasby, but it was long and rebounded by Crandall. Crandall, their work on the glass is what's keeping them in this game. They just can't convert their offensive rebounds at one end, but they're doing a good job getting stops at the other. So, again, one run from Crandall is going to make this interesting if they can make it. Catch. She's going to need to get one up here. 5 seconds left. Oh, a beautiful look back door, but another miss. Crandall just can't get the finishing touch on their possessions. Trail, really nicely done there, creating a wide open 3, but that's short from Mumford and rebounded to Ketch. And she's on the move now. She's on the attack. Oh, nice play from her, and then attacks the glass, but going back to Mount A. And Hannah Hawks on the floor going, man, what do I got to do to get a rebound here? But she stuck her nose in, and she's going to check out. And Caitlin Samard back into the game for Mount A. Samard knocked down a 3 in her 5 minutes on the floor in the first half. A nice move there, but Greater X, yeah, that's pretty. Little crossover, going to her offhand. Gets into the lane, finishes. Briggs attacks for Crandall. Hand off. Balser. She's going to attack with the left, but goes right into Mumford, who says no. And Mount A goes back the other way. Smart play there from Feasby. Didn't have numbers. Now she's got a wide open 3 because she was smart, but she doesn't make it. But Mumford attacks the glass, but again, one and done for Mount A. So Crandall down 17 now. Real dry spell on the offensive end for Crandall this half. Nice skip pass. The attack, no, out to catch. catch on the attack, no. Wide open three for Briggs. Something's got to go, but again, open shots just not going down for Crandall. They need their shot makers to start making some shots, and that's pretty from Mount A. Greatorex, who's been terrific, drops that ball off to Mumford, and it's the difference is inside for Mount A in this game. Whether it's on the penetration from their guards getting into the lane or play like that from Mumford, and Briggs is rejected. Mount A's got numbers, and there it is. Again, a wide open three for Feasby. Just all good shots, just not going in. And Mount A, they're bailing themselves out defensively here because they're not scoring the ball at an outrageous clip themselves. Crandall's doing Mount A all kinds of favors, though, missing opportunities like that inside. So ball stays with Crandall. Down 19 now, 51-32. Slowly but surely Mount A pulls away here. But it's not that they're scoring at an incredible clip. It's merely that Crandall has scored 3 points in this quarter total. And another opportunity. And spills out again. Isabella Jones with the steal, or the rebound, but then the turnover right back. And Briggs inside to Rancourt. Can she finish? No. Catch in there, trying to seal, carved out position for a defensive board. And knocked out off of Mount A. Another second chance opportunity for Crandall. They had 13 offensive rebounds in the first. They might have reached that already in the second. Again, another move inside, this time by Galley. Just isn't able to go. And the hustle in the corner by Kylie Balser creates another possession for Crandall. I don't know if they keep a time of possession stat officially the way they do in football for ACAA hoops, but the time of possession in this quarter is probably heavily leaning towards Crandall, but they just can't do anything with it. The shooting percentage in this quarter is woeful for the Chargers. And nice idea there from Greatorex as Philbrick was flashing open, but just a little high and wide. And another opportunity for Crandall. And the clock is now approaching the end of this third quarter. This run that I'm talking about that they got to go on is better start pretty soon. So a chance to go to the line here for Megan Galley. Add to her afternoon tally. She's really been the only source of offense, one of the few sources of offense so far here for the Chargers. And that shot goes down. Their first one in a long time. Let's see if they get 2 for 2. No, it's short, but guess what? Offensive rebound. Boy, oh boy. Coach Ryan Chase has a focus for first practice next week out of this game. There's I was going to say, defensive rebound finally from Isabella Jones, and then she's immediately hammered. Crandall is working their butts off on that offensive glass. You got to hand it to them. But getting no satisfaction from all this effort. Greatorex easily beats the press, pulls it back out, makes the smart pass to Abby Miller. She's going to go all the way to the glass and doesn't finish and goes back the other way. She just lost it on the way up. Abby Miller, I love the way she plays. Also, you never see her complain, talk. I haven't seen her one time, either on film or in this game live, chit-chat to the refs or complain about a call or hang her head. She just plays hard and then goes to the next play. And another offensive rebound by Crandall. Can they finish one? They finally get a hoop to go. Torrey catch, finally, practically at the buzzer. They hadn't scored a hoop. It's been all free throws for Crandall. They finally get a hoop to go and narrow the lead to 16 going to the fourth quarter. So coming off of a 7-point quarter, 6-point quarter for the Chargers. That quarter ended 10-6 for the Mounties. An ugly quarter both ways. Just lots of turnovers, lots of missed shots. But offensive rebounds for Crandall. I mean, if they can put together an offensive rebounding quarter like that and actually get some finish the way they did with that last shot of the quarter, they might be able to still make a run here. 16 points, you're not comfortable if you're Mount A coach Ryan Chase with the way they've played. Shot 42% in the first half. That sunk guaranteed probably around 20% in that third quarter if they're lucky. So if they're not converting at a high rate and they're giving Crandall that many opportunities on the offensive glass, this could become a game yet, fans. So stick around for the fourth quarter. I have to. It's my job, but you should want to. So, yeah, I talked about in the first half a little bit about the Mount A position that they're in the standings, and certainly, that's what I was thinking of, Dave. I was reminding myself to go check the scoreboard. Let's see what's going on today in the scoreboard for women's ACAA. Let's see if we've got some updates from out of town and we can talk a little bit about that. Oh, I've got to update my, hopefully they've updated here. I'll refresh the screen and go back down again and see what I've got. So it says postponed for, all right, so it's just a different schedule today for the other games. So up later, so yeah, we'll use this as an opportunity to plug the later games on ACAA TV. Get your act together, Tingley. So later on today in the ACAA, King's College is visiting Stu at 3 p.m. on the girls' side, and I presume 5 p.m. on the guys' side. It says Mount St. Vincent UMBSJ is postponed, so we'll stay tuned for, I didn't see why there before the game, so we'll stay tuned and see what's going on there. So after we're done here, fans, you want to go back and forth between the guys' game here and the girls' game up in Stu, and then stick around for the Stu matchup at 5 p.m. guys against King's College. That'll be a good one too. So lots of good ACAA hoops on this afternoon to watch. And Crandall starts this fourth quarter with an opportunity to bring this game inside 15. First step on the way to making this a ball game. They only got 4 seconds left on the shot clock. Mount A's got him stuck, and there's a block shot to end it from Philbrick. Well done from the Mounties. And a good offensive play there from the Mounties as well. Just pound that dribble once. Sophie Trail go up and sink it, and she does. Her second hoop on the game, and it was pretty. She's played really well today, not showing on the scoreboard so much, but she's been real good defensively and run the show well for Mount A without turning the ball over. Now she's going to get another opportunity if Philbrick gets her heads up, and she does. Philbrick with a nice feed. And Trail up and through again for 2 more. Stretching the lead to 20 now. And it's looking tougher and tougher for Crandall to make a game of this one. Not easy for them starting this schedule off with a couple of heavy hitters, a couple of ranked teams nationally. But you know what? Who isn't ranked nationally in this league? Even the 5th place team from Kings was ranked nationally last year and has had a couple of victories against these teams so far this year. Trail collects her own offensive rebound and gets it out. Nice pass. Tori James was long, and another rebound, and it's going to be a jump ball back to Crandall. So nice fight there from Galley against Miller. It goes back to Crandall. So a prettier start to this fourth quarter for Mount A, but again, Crandall just not taking advantage of all these offensive possessions that they've created with their work on the offensive glass. So real good effort, just nothing coming to fruition for them in this half court. It's been a slog. Good skip pass. Balser's going to pound it left. Won't baseline, but Trail got her hands in. And now Crandall only has 0.8 seconds to get up a shot. Let's see what the best quick hitter out of bounds play Crandall's got is. They're going to want to use it here. Balser's going to have to get it up, and she doesn't. Mount A, great defense again. They've forced Crandall to be shooting against the clock here, late in the clock here in the fourth quarter so far. 20-point lead, Mount A. Trail crosses it over, gets into the lane. Oh, just misses it, leaves it short with that left. And Crandall to the floor again, cleaning things up. It's been one and done mostly for the Mounties in this half. Crandall's going to have an overwhelming advantage on the glass in this half, and it's going to be all the more upsetting to them that they've not been successful. And what a nice offensive play there. Good cut back door from Darush, and it was just erased by Abby Miller, who's going to pop a three now. Almost banks it in and does, and then holds up three fingers, saying, I knew that one was going in. And I can see a maroon, a garnet and gold smile from that mouthpiece, and she comes back and gets a steal. She knows the banks aren't open on Saturdays around here, and she's smiling about it. Another three, wide open from Tori Janes, and that one was good all the way. Pure from Janes, and now this lead up to 26 for the Mounties. And they're coasting here in the Crandall Gymnasium this Saturday afternoon, looking to push their record to 6-3. In and out, and a good box out there by Emilia Mitchell in her first minutes on the floor. Now she's going to get a chance to finish and doesn't. Bangs off the back of the rim. Good rebound there from Galley. So yeah, Emilia Mitchell, her first minutes on the floor for Mount A. Great defense. First time down, and now Crandall's going to get a chance to go to the line for Kylie Balser for two more. Mumford back onto the floor for Mount A. And Greater X back in. Feasby comes in for Trail. So yeah, we talked about the youth of the Mount A squad, and when you look at it, Sophie Trail there that we talked about, her fourth year out of Fredericton, and Hannah Hawks and Abby Miller. So three really good fourth-year players, but all kinds of talent further down on that roster that are going to be sticking around and playing more. And you never know, some of those fourth years with the COVID situation, everybody getting a free year, some of those fourth years might stick around. You never know, but boy, not much room on the Mount A roster going forward with the quality that you see here. A lot of these names that we've talked about are first-year kids or second-year kids. Greater X and Philbrook really the only two. Pardon me, Tori Janes too, are third years. So they do have some quality veterans coming back, quality youth, both bigs and at the guard spot. So bright future for Mount A, bright future for Crandall. Just not showing it today. They've had a tough couple of weeks as Crandall. Really had high hopes for these games coming out of the break and have just not played well, not shot well. But the effort you can tell the effort is surely there. I mean, you don't get this many offensive rebounds if you're a team without playing hard. I mean, that's just not, that's not the issue for Crandall. And the issue isn't talent either. It's just been a tough slog here offensively for Crandall these last 2 weeks. Not finishing their opportunities. So we'll see if they can get themselves, play well in these last 5 minutes, and get themselves into a good headspace going to next week. And that's what you like to see, a beautiful feed from Briggs inside to Alexa Rancourt, and she finished. She's had a wonderful game as Rancourt. Oh, and a nicely done there. Good one, too, from a couple of Mount A rookies, and she knew it as soon as she threw it up. Katie Feasby, that was long. playing catch there inside with Mitchell, who did a really good job handing it off and rolling and making herself big. You love to see that with your big kids, and then comes up with a steal, and she's going to attack the glass and make a nice pass. Really well done there for the 3 for Hannah Hawks. And the freshman Emilia Mitchell comes in her first minutes in the fourth quarter here. And shows some good stuff. That was well done. Puts the ball on the floor a couple times. Drive and kick. And a nice drive there. Really good, well done by Emily Briggs to get to the line. But she has struggled the last game and 3 quarters to score the ball and to make plays. As Emily Briggs. So you'd like to see her have a good last 4.5 here and take some good feeling into their next matchup. And their next matchup again is next weekend against Holland College. Crandall. And 3 in the key, I think, is the call there from the referee in the corner, but back to Crandall, and 64-39 is the score here. 4:20, clock running fourth quarter. Mount A about to go to 6-3. In the chase for the top spots in the girls bracket in the ACAA, it's a little bit more. There's not as many teams at the top of the bracket on the guys' side, but it's every bit as fierce, the fight for the top spots, as Haley Briggs knocks in 2 there on the baseline. A nice play from Crandall. Nowadays swings the ball all the way around over to Hannah Hawks. And that's going to be a 3 from the top of the key from Mumford that was in and out. And again, a good job cleaning the glass by the Chargers. Rancourt, or pardon me, that's catch on the turnaround, not there. And another rebound from Emilia Mitchell, doing good stuff in her fourth quarter minutes here. She's calling for a screen from her fellow freshman, but it was wide open there for Feasby. She's had a bunch of wide open threes. And a bunch of them have looked good, just not gone in and out, but you got to keep shooting them. If that's your shot, it's wide open, you got to take it. Briggs felt like she got hit. Stopped playing. If she'd have kept playing, she probably would have had a follow-up opportunity there, but Greater X was quicker to the ball. Greater X uses that screen, spins out to Hawks. Nicely done there. Mitchell inside, out to Mumford. Feasby, nice inside, and the 2 for Mumford. She collected herself well after initially stumbling, and Mumford's been really good in this game in relief of star Abby Miller. And that's at least 5 blocks for her on this end of the floor. Mumford has been a defensive star in this game for the Mounties, and she's going to check out and get some high fives from her bench. Mitchell too. And Miller, you see, popping up. Love the work of her 2 fellow bigs. Give them some smacks on the back as they come off. 2:11 now, clock running fourth quarter. Hawks over to Philbrick, and nice drive there from Greater X, just doesn't go. And back come the Chargers as we go under 2 minutes here, fourth quarter. So fans, stick around when this game's done. So we're going to have the men's matchup here. And the men's matchup is going to be a barn burner. And a nice finish there from Sarah McCormick, the running hook. And some of the bench players here for Crandall have shown some offensive grit here as the game comes to an end, scoring the ball a little better. Much cleaner, more nicely played fourth quarter here than was the third. That was a tough one, and just as I say that, an ugly offensive screening foul, and Philbrick knew it. She moved. She moved. She stuck her elbow out. Knew it right away. Haley Briggs up to Rancourt. Looking inside for Haley Briggs and wasn't there, but the ball's going to stay with the Chargers. And shot up by Briggs, and it's long, and it's going to go back to the Mounties. Tori Janes now. Oh, she gets all the way to the glass and gets her offensive rebound and kicks it back out. Oh, and a nice, good hands there from Kylie Balser, but just doesn't work out. Good anticipation there. Had a breakaway layup, just wasn't able to collect. And it's going to stay with the Mounties here. 1:09 on the clock, 66-43. Mountie men's teams made their way into the gym. They're chomping at the bit to start their warm-ups, like what they see out of their girls team. Going to want to carry that over into the guys' game. And Janes uses that screen. Nicely done. Samard on the drive. Ooh, reach in there and there. Crandall forces a 24-second shot clock violation. Some good defense from there. So fans' second game here is a matchup. 4-4 the Mounties sit at. They've won a couple in a row, had a tough start to their campaign, a lot of injuries, still a lot of injuries, but Coach Steve Chapman feeling a little better about his squad going into this. Feels like they've got a little more depth, a little bit more health. The guys that have been playing for them, he feels like they've got a little bit more experience, and he comes in against a 5-3 Crandall squad, so really tightly bunched is the guys. 2-6, 3-5, 4-4, 5-3, 6-2. All those guys from down from 7th up to 2nd. So wins mean everything with a short schedule now. Only 5 games left. And Mount A girls have done their job in this matchup to run their record to 6-3 and force the hand of the teams. Now they're now even with or ahead of on the ACAA standings. So good on Mount A coming in here and securing a win, and we'll see if the guys can do the same thing in their matchup in about a half an hour here on ACAA TV against the Crandall Chargers. So final score here from the Crandall Gym fans. Mount Allison Mounties women's team 66, Crandall Chargers 43. And we'll be back to you in about half an hour for the men's matchup, the 4-4 Mounties on the men's side against your 6-2 Crandall Chargers. So thanks for joining us for the women's game, fans. Stick around for the guys. It's going to be fun. We'll see you in a half an hour.
Imagine becoming the full version of yourself here. Imagine learning what it takes for a fulfilling career here. Imagine all you can do with a supportive community around you every step of the way. Crandall University offers a wide variety of programs with exciting opportunities outside of the classroom. Whether you're into English, history, psychology, kinesiology, business administration, science, education, at Crandall, we have only one requirement. As long as you commit to succeeding here, our entire community will see to it that you do. Imagine learning from the best faculty members. Imagine developing into your potential surrounded by people that have faith in you. Do you have faith in your future? We certainly do.